Phu Quoc, a paradise island full of empty estates. Phu Quoc Island in Vietnam, known as the Pearl of Southeast Asia, was envisioned as a symbol of luxury and a tourist paradise. Its white sandy beaches, crystal clear waters, and vast jungles once attracted millions of tourists. However, beneath these stunning landscapes lies a phenomenon that raises questions and concerns: hundreds of empty apartments and abandoned estates. What went wrong? Why are investments worth billions of dollars left unoccupied? Let's take a closer look at the situation. Ambitions versus reality. For many years, Phu Quoc was predominantly a fishing island. However, as Vietnam's tourism sector grew, the island gained popularity. Authorities saw its potential to compete with destinations like Phuket in Thailand or Bali in Indonesia. Massive investments were made in tourist infrastructure, including luxury hotels, apartment buildings, and entire residential complexes. Investors expected the growing number of tourists to quickly translate into profits. However, the reality turned out to be more complicated. Many buildings remain vacant, and some estates look like ghost towns. What led to this situation? Oversupply of real estate. One of the main problems is market oversaturation. In a short period, more apartments and hotels were built than the market could absorb. Vietnamese authorities estimate that Phu Quoc now has tens of thousands of empty apartments. Many of these units never found buyers because their prices were tailored mainly to foreign investors rather than local residents. Interest from foreign investors also declined. High costs and growing competition in the region led many to seek more profitable opportunities in other Southeast Asian countries. Impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic was a key factor exacerbating the real estate crisis on Phu Quoc. Border closures and international travel restrictions caused tourist numbers to plummet to near zero. Property owners who relied on renting out apartments or villas were left with empty units. Although tourism began recovering after the pandemic, it has yet to return to pre-crisis levels. Many potential buyers fear that another global crisis could paralyze the tourism sector again. Infrastructure challenges. Despite significant investments in real estate, Phu Quoc continues to struggle with infrastructure issues. Many new developments were built in areas lacking basic services like water, electricity, or proper roads. For potential buyers, these are major deterrents. Additionally, the rapid pace of construction has affected the quality of some projects. Many buildings require renovations just a few years after completion, further diminishing their appeal. Changing tourism trends. For years, Phu Quoc was marketed as a luxury tourist destination. However, in recent years, there has been growing demand for more authentic and less commercialized locations. Tourists increasingly prefer destinations that offer a close connection to nature and local culture over concrete complexes filled with other tourists. On the island, traditional attractions like night markets or local fishing villages are more popular than modern estates or luxury apartments. High prices and lack of local buyers. Property prices on Phu Quoc are significantly higher than the Vietnamese average. Apartments designed for affluent foreign investors are beyond the reach of most local residents. As a result, many of these units remain vacant due to insufficient demand. By comparison, in Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City, where the real estate market is more developed, demand for housing still exceeds supply. On Phu Quoc, the opposite is true: supply far outstrips demand. Poor urban planning. One of the biggest mistakes was the lack of long-term urban planning. Many developments were undertaken without considering the needs of the local community or potential ecological challenges. Clearing jungles for new estates caused irreversible damage to the natural environment, which in turn affected the island's appeal as a tourist destination. Some estates were built in locations that are difficult to access or unattractive to tourists, making potential buyers steer clear of them. Lack of economic diversity. Phu Quoc's economy relies almost entirely on tourism. The lack of development in other sectors makes the island extremely vulnerable to fluctuations in the tourism industry. When tourist numbers decline, the entire local economy feels the impact. The island also lacks job opportunities that could attract new residents. Most people visit Phu Quoc for vacations rather than considering it a place to settle down permanently. Conclusion: despite its natural beauty, Phu Quoc faces significant challenges. Hundreds of empty apartments and abandoned estates are evidence that rapid development without proper planning can do more harm than good. Oversupply of real estate, infrastructure problems, and changing tourism trends have placed the island in a difficult position. However, Phu Quoc's future is not yet sealed. The island still holds immense potential, provided authorities and investors take the right steps. A sustainable approach to development, infrastructure improvements, and adapting the tourist offer to evolving market needs will be key. Only then can Phu Quoc reclaim its status as the Pearl of Southeast Asia.